Last Monday, when News 18 met Amritpal Singh in his village near Amritsar, he was a free man, and in fact, we asked the question that why is Amritpal Singh still a free man after giving out all kind of secessionist statements regarding Khalistan after storming the Ajrana police station on February 23rd. A week later, today again is Monday, and Amritpal Singh is now an absconder, a fugitive, as Punjab police is calling him. When Punjab police finally raided him, finally planned an operation to nab him on Saturday, Amritpal Singh managed to escape from the spot, though his supporters have been arrested. 8 to 9 key people of Amritpal are now behind bars, but Amritpal Singh still, as of now, remains at large. Why is this development in Punjab so important, and what is happening as a result of this development? We have seen footages coming from London where the High Commission was stormed by Khalistani supporters. The Indian flag was brought down. The brave Indian official intervened and rescued the Indian flag from the hands of these Khalistani protesters. And India has lots of strong protest against the incident now with the UK government. But what we are also learning, first we'll come to that I'm Aman Sharma from News 18. I'm joined by Ankur, who covers investigating agencies and the Home Ministry very closely for us. Ankur, we are also learning that this is actually in abroad. It's a coordinated campaign. It's when, in fact, we are breaking the story that in a short while on news18.com that it is a week-long campaign apparently was planned by Khalistani supporters in various parts of the world, isn't it?
Right. So what has happened after the crackdown by Punjab police, various pro-Khalistani groups in Canada, Australia, US, UK planned a massive protest, a week-long protest. For that, they also sought permission from local administrations, and probably they got also. And especially in this London incident, which where they tried to also harm the diplomats and the local staff. Apart from that, San Francisco also has reported the similar incident, and there are other areas also, like in New York also they have planned protests. Also, importantly, the Central Intelligence Agencies have already communicated this to Ministry of External Affairs, claiming that wherever there are high footfall areas in various places, especially in these four countries, there may be a friction or a face-off between the Indians residing there and also between the pro-Khalistani entities. The most important thing here is that currently the situation is under control in India, especially in Punjab, but the problem is rising in abroad.
Abroad in US, UK, Canada, especially these three countries are in the focus, and because of also a lot of presence of these elements in these countries, and in a way these countries also. I think the feeling in the Indian government also is that for the sake of allowing what they call as democratic protests, violence is being allowed, and especially we saw in the case of London that there was no police in sight, and when police finally came, it did little to actually nab the attackers, and that is why the Indian government had to summon a senior official of the British High Commission in Delhi last night and lodge a very, very strong protest that these kind of things cannot be allowed. But I think apart from what is happening abroad, also the revelations now being made by intelligences about Amritpal Singh's activities in India are also shocking many people. When we went, in fact, to his village last Monday, Jallupur Kheda near Amritsar, about 40 kilometers away, he used to run this de-addiction center near his house, a building which was a part of the actually the Gurdwara premises in the village, where now intelligences are saying that in fact the youth who were coming there were actually being radicalized,
Right.
to join, to espouse the Khalistan cause, join the protests of Amritpal Singh. How worrying is that for the intelligences?
So basically, intelligence agencies so far have found that he was trying to build a complete personal army for him, and also there were various allegations that he has also roped in local criminals to protect him. There were the de-addiction center, as you also went there, was used as basically a training center of youth. They were giving training, armed training to these youth who were there for de-addiction. Also, the intelligence agencies have found that various links with the other pro-Khalistani entities, especially when he was in Dubai. During his tenure in Dubai, he spent almost 10, 12 years there. He met various ISI officials as well as the pro-Khalistani entities, including Pannu, who is the SFJ chief. And also, during his Dubai trips, he also went to Georgia. He got trained in Georgia. He got various armed training also there, and after coming back to Dubai, he came back to India last year. So all of these information have been gathered by central intelligence agencies. I want to ask you one thing, that when you went there in his village, you must have seen the various, what kind of logistic supports, arms, ammunition, and people you found there. How many were there armed?
Well, in his house, when I went to his house to interview him, I could spot at least half a dozen people with arms. The entry to his house was regulated. They used to check that if you had a sort of time with him, and there were clear directions not to make any videos of or even take pictures of the armed men inside his house. So now we understand why they were enforcing this, because apparently now the Punjab Police action crackdown has happened. Even at his de-addiction center where I visited, it seemed very mysterious. Because people were not freely speaking. In fact, I managed to interview a couple of inmates there, who were roaming around in the Gurdwara premises, and I asked them about Amritpal. They spoke very fluently. I remember one person was there from Melbourne. He spoke very fluently in English, but then soon I had these Amritpal supporters coming there and asking me to delete the video because they said, apparently, to shoot anything or any interview, you needed permission of Amritpal himself. So there was this feeling, and now the intel input saying that de-addiction center was being used to store arms. Whole Amritpal's USP, I may call it, in Punjab so far for that is fight against drugs. But now these inputs are coming that in fact he might have dabbled himself in drugs. The Mercedes car he's been using was provided to him by a drug dealer.
Right.
There are also reports that drone sightings in Punjab have increased since Amritpal came back. So was he also smuggling drugs into Punjab? All kinds of allegations are now coming in, and of course everything will be clear only after Amritpal is caught and his arrest is officially made and declared. But what amazes me is that when journalists could go there and common people in fact used to come and meet Amritpal for his darshan, as they used, Baba ji ka darshan karne aaye hain. I remember people telling me there. So when common people and journalists like me could go and meet him freely, what stopped the police from acting against him? Now we have so many inputs coming from Intel. This whole big operation was planned, which looks like a botched up operation because the main guy you went to catch has escaped, and it's almost 48 hours now that the person is not to be found.
Yes.
He may be arrested soon. I must add that he must be maybe arrested soon, either today or tomorrow, or maybe in a few days. But 48 hours have passed. An operation was planned over days, Ankur, to nab this person. He was there, available in his village. The de-addiction center was running. All the kind of radicalization activities were running, but police did not dare enter his village to arrest him. But now when they finally plan an operation, the person absconds. So it raises big questions over the entire happenings which are happening in Punjab. And we have seen Lawrence Bishnoi, the gangster, giving video interviews to a private TV channel, for God's sake. Have you ever heard this in India? A gangster giving video interviews from jail, not once but twice. And Punjab, he's threatened to kill Salman Khan, and there has been now an FIR in Bombay regarding it. Security of Salman Khan has been increased. So how does Punjab plan to tackle these activities of gangsters, of people like Amritpal Singh? There was a group caught by Chandigarh police just last week which said they had procured AK-47s, trying to procure AK-47s in Jammu and Kashmir to kill two prominent Punjabi singers. So I think, and that was, they said, is in response to Sidhu Moosewala's killing, to revenge for that. So I think Sidhu Moosewala's killing in Punjab, after that the rise of Amritpal Singh, this has posed big challenges for the Punjab government, and I think Bhagwant Mann government needs to really come down with an iron hand on these activities. Otherwise, the things don't seem to be so much in control. The law and order is in control, as you correctly say, in Punjab, but Khalistani activities are now happening across in other countries. And I think the inputs which are now coming out of Amritpal Singh are very, very dangerous. The kind of activities he was up to, and especially about the point that you raised also about storing arms and radicalizing people. Apparently, there was no doctor, medical help at that de-addiction center, isn't it?
That has been also raised by intelligence agencies, that if the objective was to
get them rid of
addiction. So in that case, obviously, he should have a proper doctor, MBBS doctor, so that the youth who are coming there can be medically checked. But the problem is, obviously, the Amritpal motive was completely different behind running these de-addiction center. It was just to, he was just a puppet of ISI, sent by ISI to India as the Central Intelligence Agencies.
So clearly, I think Punjab Police has a lot to answer in this case, lot to answer in the way the operation has been done, lot to answer on other issues like the activities of Lawrence Bishnoi from Barinda jail, or be it the other gangster activities going on in Punjab. Let's see if Amritpal Singh is caught soon enough, and Punjab can come down with an iron hand on such activities happening in the state. Thank you so much for joining us on CNN News 18.